Okay, let's talk about Daze. Daze assesses students' ability to construct meaning from the text. One example, this is an example of what they're doing. There's a question with a blank, and they have to choose the right answer to go in the blank. After playing in the dirt, Sam went blank to wash her hands. They have 3 choices, and they have to choose the correct answer. This is only done in 3rd grade currently at our school, and the scores we're looking for, beginning of the year, they need a score of 8, middle of the year, a score of 11, end of the year, a score of 19. The scores are calculated based on the number of responses in 3 minutes, minus half the number of incorrect responses. So let's say they get 20 responses in 3 minutes. 10 of those are wrong. They're only going to take half of that 10, which would be 5, and subtract it from the 20, which would give them a score of 15. This is an example of what the student materials looks like. Now, these are the things you need to do to ensure that students are ready to begin. There is more preparation going into Daze than there are any of the other DIBELS assessments. You can do this assessment whole group as well. Ensure that students have pencils ready and their names are written on their booklets before beginning. You don't want that to be part of their 3 minutes. You should use the scoring key and read the directions aloud verbatim. Do not add your own words. Do not take away. Give students 30 seconds to complete the 2 practice items. Then review the practice items. Set your timer for 3 minutes. You start the timer after you say begin. When the assessment is finished, you will score your worksheets, and you can go to mclasshome.com to enter the results, and that should be done without students present. During Daze, if a student starts reading the passage out loud, you may say, "Remember to read the story silently." If the student is not working on the task, you can say, "Remember to circle the word in each box that makes the most sense in the story." If a student asks you to provide a word for him or her, or for general help with a task, you say, "Just do your best." You may not help them. And these reminders should be given exactly as they are written here. Once you're ready to score, you are going to count the circle or otherwise mark correct responses. The directions say to circle them, but if they put a check mark or underline it, you can also count it correct. You're going to mark a slash in the box through any incorrect or skipped responses. We all do this the same way, so that way anyone who picks up your booklet can look and see that it's been scored and they know what those marks mean. If it's a wrong answer, you'll put a slash. If the item is left blank before an item attempted, so let's say they did number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they skipped 6, and then they did 7, 8, 9, 10, and so forth. You would go ahead and put a slash through 6 because they skipped it. If they've marked more than one answer, you will also put a slash through. This is an example of the student worksheet. Once it is finished, and this is an example of your scoring key. The incorrect words would be in gray, while the correct word would be bolded in black. This is an example of what a worksheet that's been scored may look like, with slashes through the ones that are incorrect. Notice this student used elimination to come up with the correct word, so they marked those 2 out and circled the correct word, so that would definitely be correct. When you enter the day's results, you're going to go up here where it says record days. Here you can save the results, and here you can input the total correct and incorrect responses that the student had. You don't have to calculate the score. It will calculate the score for you. You just enter correct and incorrect. And if I am correct, I believe you have to have the results from the whole class before you can enter in the data. Also, with progress monitoring, you would have to enter your Daze data as well. By going to the little progress monitoring icon, clicking enter result, and then putting your data in here and saving the results. Now remember, Daze is available for benchmarking. You can also use it for progress monitoring. This test can be given individually, or it can be given in a whole group or a small group. You, as the teacher, cannot answer any questions during administration. When you're done, in order for it to count, you have to put your results on M-Class Home. So happy days.